Good evening, folks. I am here live from my apiary. I've got 3 hives here today, and we're going to be adding some Hive Alive to my beehives. I checked the hives earlier today, and they are doing very well, but this hive and this hive need food. This hive is doing awesome, but I still might add some Hive Alive to it. So I had the bales stacked all around the hive during this cold snap for about the last month, and I'm hoping that they make it all the way till the pollen and the nectar starts flowing. So my nephew here is going to be videoing me as I throw this in the hive. This is my first time adding this in, but I thought I'd bring you along on the journey. Let's keep the bees alive. All right, so first, let's throw on my bee veil, just because I know they're gonna go crazy and I don't wanna get all stung. And there's a dead bee in there. So let's throw this on. Any questions in the chat? Peter will be shouting them out to me. Anyone live? Anyone watching, Peter? Should show anyone there?
No, not yet.
Anyway, well, be sure to like, subscribe to the channel. Should bring you all things Midwest. So it's getting chilly, but it's still pretty warm, so hopefully the bees will be all right. I'm gonna go ahead and just cut a little 3-inch hole in here so the bees can get in all right. Just like this. That's about a 3-inch hole, I'd say. Take this out. All right. That's what they're going to be eating, that bee goop there. Bee energy. It's kind of like a energy bar. Kind of like one of those Cliff Bars. Ever eaten a Cliff Bar, Peter?
Only a few times.
Oh, this is like a Cliff Bar. Not sure why this one's so yellow. This is Hive Alive. We'll see how this does, and if it's able to keep the hive alive. Now, my beekeeper friend Doug said to add some 1/2-inch sticks underneath this so the bees can get at it. I think I know what to do. Come here, Peter. These will work great for those 1/2-inch sticks. Just, you find whatever works in nature. These aren't quite a 1/2 inch, but I think they'll work. I'll put this underneath the, I'll put these sticks underneath the little candy bags, and that'll help support them so that the bees can get their head in there and eat that hive food that I'm giving them to the bees. The bees need this to stay alive, so we're doing what we can to save the bees. We save them one hive at a time. All right, any questions in the chat, let me know. Just let me know. All right, so the first hive is gonna be a little bit crazy, Peter. They should be fine, just don't get too crazy. I want you to show them inside the hive though, so I might grab the camera from you, get my bee gloves on. I know I still owe one person some honey yet. I will be getting that to you. All right, so I'll take off the lid. What I'm gonna do here is show you guys inside. All right. Now, let's hope that these bees don't attack me. Watch and look inside this hive. I'm gonna try to do this as gently, as quickly as possible. All right, they don't like any sudden moves. They're doing amazing, guys. It's great to see. So I'm gonna put a spacer in there, just like this. All right, the spacer's going in there. And then I am gonna, oh, let me break this again. This is February 13th in the Midwest, folks. I'm just thankful to God that the bees are living. folks, praise the Lord for his goodness. This doesn't always happen. Now they are getting a little anxious and upset at me. They hopefully, watch out, Peter, back up a little bit. So we're gonna take this, actually, we'll take this one. They're gonna go crazy, I think, after this Hive Alive stuff here. There we go. I left the bottom of the bag open. So let's see what that does. Look at those folks. They're calm. I think these bees might make it. Now, how did I know? Here, Peter, you can hold this again. All right. How did I know this hive needed honey or some sort of energy to make it through the winter? The hive was pretty light. I couldn't actually pull the frames out, but I didn't need to pull the frames out because they were doing really well. They were doing very well. All right, now put that brick back on. Let's do the last hive first because I noticed that hive also needed it really badly. So I think that's enough room for them to get in and eat that stuff. Let's see what's going on here, Peter. All right, a little disheveled here. So, all right. Where to put my hive tool, Peter? Oh, let's see here, folks. Where to put my hive tool? Here it is. All right. Let's see what this hive looks like. I don't know if I actually opened this one up today. Thank you all for tuning in and sharing in this experience. Peter, back up a little bit. I don't want you to get stung. They're a little bit upset. Back up more, Peter. They do not like that. So let's do this quickly. Back up, stop. All right. Here. Want to hand that to me? Are you brave enough? All right. So, here are the bees. They're kind of upset at me right now, but they look like they're doing really well. I mean, look at how spread apart they are. That's awesome. I can't add a box yet, folks. It's still winter. I'm just trying to keep them alive through the winter time, and I'm just giving them some food. Here we go. This is how we do it, folks. Yeah, you can't add the boxes on there. So that Hive Alive will be there. Here you go. Thank you, cameraman. Okay, let's add that frame top box back on. Now, there we go. Whew. Now, these bees are all over me. I might get stung, but if I do, oh well.
I'm not gonna get stung because I know I won't.
Oh boy, I feel one somewhere on me. All right, let's get this last hive done. I don't think this one needs it as much, but I still want to add to it.
You could just brush the bees off your shirt.
Yeah, there are a bunch on there, aren't there? This is what you do, folks. You don't want to get stung, just kind of brush them off you. Typically, they're not this angry. All right, let's get this last hive done.
I don't think these bees are that aggressive.
They're just attacking me because I'm disrupting their home. All right.
But bees don't live for that long.
Okay.
They have a short life.
What we're doing here, folks, is adding the last frame of Hive Alive. Last bag of Hive Alive in. Where is the next spacer. All right, we got the spacer here. All right. Dare to hand me that, Peter? All right, back away a little bit maybe. All right, folks. We had about 80 live before. This is the hive, the middle hive. What we're gonna do is I want the bees to be able to access the energy bar I'm giving them. So I'll put that in there. They did not like that. All right. Whew, they did not like that either. They will love it though once they have food to eat all winter long. All right, now I'm gonna flip this bag upside down over here, and they'll be able to eat that honey. All right, now we're gonna put this right over top on the spacer. Thankful for Doug right here in McQuanago helping me out with this. All right, that's that, folks. That is feeding my hives in the wintertime. Let me put this. All right, all 3 hives are now fed. This one is still pretty heavy, so I know there's a lot of honey in there. I feel like I'm feeling bees crawling up my legs, which is not a fun feeling. So, that is the beehive experience. Digging in the hives. Just got to grab another brick here and stick it on the hive. All right. I actually have a couple boards too. Whew. I still feel one climbing up my leg. I hate that feeling. Ouch! Anyway, folks. Okay. The hives are now back to rest. Thank you for joining in. Time for me to get that cow milk. So, adios, folks. Check back later to see how the hives are eating the energy bars I'm giving them. Take care. Let's keep them alive till spring.